Hey there guys, I'm TheRoyalGorilla and welcome back to my coverage of E3 2015. This time we're going to be having a little rundown of what we saw at the Microsoft press conference. So we're going to start off with some of the games that we already knew about and it's had some more information leaked. So let's get going with that. So we've had some new footage for Halo 5 Guardians. We've actually seen some proper gameplay now of the single player. And yeah, it looks like more Halo, so there's not too much to say about that. If you've played Halo 4, it just looks like more of the same, to be honest. So if you're into Halo, I guess that's a good thing. If you're not, then you're probably going to skip it as usual. But yeah, it looks okay, I guess. I'll probably give it a go, but when it's a bit cheaper down the line. So yeah, Halo 5, not looking too bad. That's coming out on October the 27th rather. So yeah, not too long to wait to see that. So an announcement that got me really excited was that Todd Howard, who was from Bethesda, and he was the one that announced all the Fallout 4 stuff on the Bethesda conference, he came back to the Microsoft to announce that Fallout 4 for Xbox One would be mod compatible. So PC mods would be able to be transferred over to the Xbox One to play in the game, and that is insane. I absolutely love what they're doing with Windows 10 integration into the Xbox One. There are so many more opportunities that we can have, and we'll get onto it a bit later about even Steam VR is now coming to the Xbox One. So all these things that were previously only accessible to PC gamers are now all coming over to the Xbox One. It's like a Steam machine already, kind of, I guess. So that is really exciting. So mods on Fallout 4 on Xbox One. You're not going to be getting that on PS4. And something very small that wasn't actually announced during the conference is that it has been revealed that Fallout 4 for the Xbox One will be released with a copy of Fallout 3. And we'll get onto that more later because that is fantastic news and I will tell you exactly why later. So we had a new trailer for Forza Motorsport 6. It's another racing game. It's another Forza game. Cars look like cars. Cars go around track. Nothing new. So, you know, if you're into that. And that's out kind of soon, I guess, September the 15th, so not too long to wait. Something that actually really annoyed me about this is Microsoft always has, I don't know why they do it, but they like to really overplay the event. Like, something I loved about the Bethesda conference was how straight it was. The whole thing was just stage, person, gameplay. Microsoft, on the other hand, is stage. Like, they had like 4 different stages. And then they had, at one point during the Forza, they lowered a car down. I'm like, why is there a car there? What is the point? And it went back up within like a minute. It was just pointless. And they had people appearing at all these different levels on the stage. And it was just unnecessary. Just show us the games. That's what we're here for. I guess they like to put on a show and it's, you know. So we also got a new trailer for Tom Clancy's The Division, with also news that Xbox One will be getting a beta in December, which is good news, and I'm looking forward to that, so it'll be cool to see what happens with that. Along with The Division, Ubisoft also revealed more details about Rainbow Six Siege, and the main thing they revealed about that is that it would be shipping with Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, which is something that is also really good, and we still haven't got to it yet, so just wait. Gigantic cropped up once again and we saw a new gameplay trailer, and this time with the news that there would be a beta coming in August. It looks quite fun. It's a really nice art style and I'm not really sure what to expect out of it. I might give it a go when it comes out. Fable Legends have made a return just with a new trailer and that will be coming out this holiday. And also we got to have a look at the remastered version of Gears of War, which is Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which will be running at 1080p 60 frames per second on Xbox One. And one of the best bits of news about that is that there is a public beta which is on Xbox One right now, so we can play that if we want to have a go. And we've been waiting for this for a little bit of time, but Crystal Dynamics finally revealed some gameplay for Rise of the Tomb Raider, and it just looks like more of the old game, but hopefully this one will be a bit more tomb raiding than the last one. That sounds kind of strange to say, but we definitely kind of got that vibe from the video. It did look like you were making your way to a tomb, so maybe there will be actual tomb raiding in this Tomb Raider game. That will be good, and that comes out on the 10th of November, so not too long for that one either. And the last kind of thing that we already kind of knew about is that they were pushing their indie games even more. Some of the games we got to see today were Tacoma, Beyond Eyes, and Ion, which is a new game from the developer of DayZ, which will be on Xbox One and PC. But we also got to see a game called Ashes and Cuphead, which are Xbox One exclusives. So now that we've got all that out of the way, we're going to go over to some newly announced games that we hadn't heard about at all before. So Retro Studios revealed a new game called Recore, and it was kind of interesting. I'm not really sure what to expect. The problem with a lot of the trailers from the Microsoft conference is that most of them were CGI bullshit. By which I mean no gameplay, just pre-rendered stuff that really don't give you an idea of what the game's about at all. But yeah, I'm not too sure what to expect. With those kind of trailers, you never really know until we actually see some proper gameplay. We also saw some Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, same kind of deal, didn't see any gameplay, so no idea what to expect, don't know what's new. In the trailer there were hints at kind of vehicles and mech suits and stuff like that, but we'll just have to wait and see until they reveal some actual gameplay before we actually really know anything about that game apart from the fact that it exists. Now, something that was quite interesting that came up was The Know, who are the Rooster Teeth news channel. A few days ago, they reported that Dark Souls 3 would be making an appearance at E3, and basically they got scrutinized for it quite a lot on the internet. And of course, Microsoft went and revealed Dark Souls 3, so it seems that the guys over at The Know had some legitimacy behind their claims, and it looks like their sources were good. So to everyone that doubted, ha. Now, something that I'm pretty excited about, which I didn't really expect to be, is that Rare have announced Rare Replay, which is a collection of all their old games, well, not all of them, 30 of them to be precise, and it's a real mix of their games, like stuff like Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads, and Conker. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that game, and it's got 10,000 gamer score in it, so I'm probably going to be picking it up, and it's only going to be around $30, so what would that be in pounds? About 20 maybe? So nice and cheap, so I'll probably get my hands on that when it comes out. It looks like a good way to sink some time. Also, sticking with Rare for a moment, they also revealed a brand new game which looks really, really good, and it's called Sea of Thieves, and I'm not entirely sure, what it is. It kind of looks like one of these open world survival games that you get on PC Early Access a lot, but of course it's pirates. And the basic premise is that it's a massively multiplayer online game, and you can go out sailing like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and the art style is really nice, and it looks like a really fun game, but kind of one of those games that you're going to need friends for, so I might have to give that one a pass. And finally, our last bit of game news is that Coalition finally announced Gears of War 4, which might just be called Gears 4, which unfortunately isn't going to be called Gears of 4, which is sad. And that is set for a release in holiday 2016. That was actually a gameplay trailer, which was a nice surprise, apart from the fact that it was pretty much pitch black throughout the entire thing, so I don't really know what to expect. They didn't reveal a whole lot about it. They showed off a couple of new characters, some new monsters, but story-wise, I have no idea what's different. Don't know whether the Locusts are coming back or it's some new threat. No idea whatsoever, so it'll be interesting to see what that is, because I kind of enjoy the Gears of War franchise, and that was probably the biggest announcement that they made. So I'll just wait and see if any more information comes out about that and if it looks any good. So now we're going to move on to some more general Xbox One news, because there was quite a lot of that, as there always is when the developer actually has a console of their own. So let's move on to that. Now, I've mentioned this a couple of times already, and this made me so happy, and it literally, I don't really know how to describe how I felt. I felt cheated and I felt happy, and it was, let me just tell you what it is. So Xbox One is finally going to be getting backwards compatibility with Xbox 360 games. And that just sounds insane. Now, when I first heard it, I was like, so my Xbox One could have played 360 games all along and they just weren't letting us? But no, that's not exactly how it works. All you need is the disc, and you'd put it into your Xbox, it would essentially read it, and then it would give you a digital copy. So it's not entirely backwards compatible, it can't literally play the game disc, but you do get the game, which is why they are going to be releasing Fallout 3 and the Rainbow Six Vegas games, along with their newer versions. And one of the best things is this is coming really soon. It's going to be coming this holiday and will have no charges associated with it apart from obviously buying the games. And if you didn't want to go to, say, a shop and buy an Xbox 360 game or order it off Amazon, you could probably just download it from the Xbox store like you could any game on demand. So you can do that, but there's going to be a lot more games on Xbox One to play now, which is really good. They're not all backwards compatible straight away. There's going to be about 100 to start with, and then they're going to keep adding more. But hopefully, as they've already said, we're going to get things like Fallout, which are the games that I really want to be playing at the minute. So that is a really good thing, and we can get some of them old games back going. I'm not quite sure how multiplayer games might work. So if you have, say, an old Call of Duty, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, will that be able to play online on the Xbox One? No idea. So we'll just have to wait and see. So we got a look at a new Xbox One Elite controller, and yeah, this is very hardcore, so I'm going to just avoid this. People that like that kind of thing will know about this, so I won't go into it too much. It's got loads of extra buttons and stuff, so I'll ignore that. EA took the stage for a bit, didn't really care about this, don't really care for EA too much. They pretty much announced that Titanfall, which is a cheap game anyway, which you can get for like a $5 from anywhere. They're going to give it for free on their EA Access, which, you know, I don't really know how many people use that service. And probably the best thing that they said was just the EA Access was free for a week for everyone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They were pretty much pointless being there. Now, this next thing that Microsoft announced was kind of having me on the fence. It's called Xbox Preview, I believe. And it's essentially Xbox's answer to Steam Early Access, which can go one of two ways. And we'll see, it could end up with loads of really rubbish games coming to the Xbox, or some really new, innovative games. We'll just have to see it. They said that they're going to be starting off with a couple of games. The Long Dark and Elite Dangerous are coming onto Xbox One straight away, I believe. And one of the ways they've said to kind of safeguard against like bad games, you can take a free trial of any of the games on Xbox Preview before you actually sink any proper money into it. So that's a good thing. Oh, I previously mentioned that because of the whole Windows 10 compatibility, Microsoft has had a bit of a partnership with Valve VR, so we can get some more VR stuff going on the old Xbox One, which is going to be great. So now we have like multiple options. So PS4 over with your Morpheus, go and enjoy that. We can have Oculus, Steam VR. We can do so much. So... And the final thing was we got to see the HoloLens at work doing some more gaming related stuff, and the gaming bit I couldn't really care less about because it was just more Minecraft and that was nothing special. We've all played Minecraft, we've all seen Minecraft, so nothing new there. The HoloLens though looked incredible. I don't know how feasible it is for a fun gaming device, like what they were playing, how they were playing it. I was like, okay, that looks cool for about 5 minutes and then I want to go back to the TV. But it was kind of cool, like you didn't have to actually have a TV to play the game, you could just kind of project it onto your wall, I guess. That's a very cool thing that I like, but you can do that kind of thing with VR, so I think VR's going to be my way over HoloLens, but it did look really cool. If you want to go and check that out, well, I'll probably be playing it on the screen right now for you, so you can see that, and it does look really cool, and it kind of boggles my mind how it works, but, it's going to be interesting. HoloLens is definitely one to look out for, but I think VR's going to get in there first. So, there you go. That is pretty much it for the Microsoft press conference. EA is up next, so we will see what comes out of that, and I can't really see too much interesting stuff coming out of that beyond, obviously, Star Wars. That's what I'm most looking forward to, and maybe a bit of Mirror's Edge. So, make sure you join me for that video. That will be up later tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and will be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been TheRoyalGorilla. Over and out.
His name is Luke and he's more than your average gamer. No ordinary let's player. Know about Easter eggs much better. Da 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 da. His name is Luke, aka TheRoyalGorilla. Even bigger than the giant Godzilla. Follow him in every game he goes. Da 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 da. He's almost got everything you need, from GTA 5 to Assassin's Creed. And now